y'all got it wrong for like 5 guesses.
Oh, you did send us that one.
Is he on the
Okay.
Exhibit 10 contract, or is that like?
Ooh, that's spooky.
Why
That's
is
Exhibit 10. You can get to Yuki because Yuki was a.
Oh yeah.
Caitlin Clark was there last night to watch Yuki Kawamura.
Yeah, she was there to see Japanese Stockton.
Ever been told you're too short for something? Well, Yuki Kawamura heard that his whole life, but guess what? He just signed with the Memphis Grizzlies at 5'8" in the NBA. Let that sink in. Now you're probably thinking, no way a guy that short can compete with NBA giants. But Yuki's not your average player. He's got moves you've never seen before.
But Wiseman, what is you looking at, dog? How you not see that pass, dog?
A mixture.
Dimes.
Now this one was crazy, right? I don't know how he saw that one.
Yeah, that's insane.
To Huff.
Now I don't know how
I
he
mean,
saw
that
that
is
one.
the most church league ass reverse right there ever from Huff.
Put respect on J Huff, bro.
Want to know how he went from being the shortest guy on the court to outplaying guys a foot taller? Keep watching. You know what's crazy? Yuki wasn't even supposed to be here. Let's talk about where he came from. Picture this. A kid in Japan, shorter than most of his classmates, dreaming of the NBA. Sounds impossible, right? But Yuki wasn't listening to the doubters. He was too busy practicing, day and night, rain or shine. Imagine being that small kid on the court, always looking up at your teammates. But Yuki, he didn't care. He was out there dribbling circles around guys a foot taller. And you know what's wild? He started getting good, really good. Here's where it gets insane. Yuki started dominating in Japan's B League at 5'8" against guys way taller. He was zipping past defenders, sinking shots from everywhere. People couldn't believe their eyes. This little guy was running the show. People started noticing. Fans were going crazy. But the NBA, come on, that's a whole different level. It's like comparing a high school science fair to NASA. But Yuki didn't care. He kept pushing, kept improving. Then the Olympics happened, and everything changed. Yuki steps onto the court against the best players in the world, guys who've been in the NBA for years. And you know what he does? He balls out, like seriously balls out. He's dropping points, dishing assists, stealing balls. It's like he forgot he was supposed to be too small. So how did Yuki Kawamura go from being told he's too small to dominating in the NBA? He showed up on the biggest stage and played his heart out. He proved that heart beats height every single time. But you know what's even crazier? The story was just beginning. Yuki wasn't done shocking the world. He was just getting started. And trust me, what comes next is even more unbelievable. This 5'8" guy from Japan was about to shake up the entire NBA, and nobody saw it coming. Remember when people said Yuki was too short for the NBA? Well, he's not just playing. He's making history. Did you know there's a stat about Yuki's height that'll blow your mind? It's so rare. It's only happened twice in the last 20 years. So Yuki's in the NBA now, but can he actually compete? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about that height, 5'8". In the NBA, that's not just short. That's like a high schooler walking into a Giants convention. It's insane. Get this. In the last 20 years, only 2 other guys under 5'9" even touched an NBA court, and one of them barely played. It's like finding a unicorn. But Yuki's out here making it look easy. But Yuki, he's not just playing. He's making waves. Imagine being in practice with guys a foot taller than you. Now imagine out-rebounding them. That's Yuki. He's jumping higher, moving faster, and hustling harder than guys who can practically touch the rim without jumping. You know what's even crazier? The coaches can't stop talking about his heart, his hustle. It's like he's got something to prove every single second. They're saying things like, Yuki's the first one in and the last one out. He's not just playing basketball, he's on a mission. Picture this. Yuki's out there, dribbling between the legs of 7-footers, zipping passes through gaps nobody else can see. He's not just keeping up, he's setting the pace. It's like watching a sports movie come to life, but it's happening right in front of our eyes. And here's the kicker. What's the craziest stat about Yuki's height in the NBA? He's one of only 3 players under 5'9" to play in the league in 2 decades. That's not just rare, that's practically extinct. But Yuki's out here changing the game, proving that heart beats height every single time. And you know what? He's just getting started. Every game, every practice, Yuki's writing a new chapter in this unbelievable story. Who knows what records he'll break next? One thing's for sure, we're watching history in the making, and it's only 5'8" tall. Yuki's not just defying expectations in the NBA, he's been doing it on the world stage for years. Picture this, a 5'8" guard going toe-to-toe with NBA stars in the Olympics. Sounds impossible, right? Well, Yuki's about to show you why impossible is just a word. Let's rewind to the Tokyo Olympics. Yuki wasn't just playing, he was on fire. We're talking about a guy who was barely old enough to drink, leading Japan against some of the best players on the planet. It's like watching David take on a whole team of Goliaths, but David's got some serious game. You know what's crazy? Yuki dropped 29 points against France. We're not talking about some rookie team here. These guys had NBA stars all over the court, but Yuki, he was cooking them like it was a pickup game in his backyard. Want to know how insane that performance was? Let me put it this way. You know who else puts up numbers like that in the Olympics? Kevin Durant. Yeah, that Kevin Durant. Yuki's out here keeping company with one of the best scorers in NBA history. That's not just good, that's legendary. This wasn't just a game for Yuki. It was a statement. A 5'8" guy saying, "I belong here," and backing it up with every dribble, every shot, every play. He wasn't just playing, he was proving a point. And boy, did he prove it. You know what's even wilder? NBA scouts couldn't ignore him anymore. It's like Yuki lit a fire under their seats. They were probably thinking, how did we miss this guy? The Grizzlies saw what was happening and took a chance. And let me tell you, that chance is paying off big time. So what's the secret behind Yuki's insane performance at the Olympics? It's simple, really. Pure heart and skill. He's living proof that height doesn't define a player. It's all about what's inside. The drive, the passion, the never say die attitude. But here's the thing. The Olympics were just the beginning. The real test was waiting in the NBA. Could Yuki bring that Olympic magic to the big league? Could he shine just as bright against the world's best night after night? Well, let me tell you, Yuki's not just bringing the magic. He's creating a whole new show. He's taking everything he learned on that Olympic stage and amplifying it. It's like watching a basketball fairy tale unfold in real time, and we're all lucky enough to have front row seat. Remember when Yuki was lighting up the Olympics? Well, now he's in the NBA, living the dream. But hold up, it's not all fancy cars and million-dollar mansions. Yuki's life in the big leagues is wild, and you won't believe what it's really like. Here's the deal. Yuki is on a two-way contract. That means he's not making superstar money, not even close. You know how much he's actually pulling in? About $578,576 for the season. That's a lot of cash for you and me, but in the NBA, it's pocket change. But you know what's crazy? Yuki doesn't care. He's not here for the money. He's here to ball out. Every single day, he's in the gym, working harder than guys making 10 times what he does. It's like he's got something to prove, and man, is he proving it. Imagine this. Yuki's leading the team in assists during preseason. Against NBA competition, guys who've been in the league for years are watching this 5'8" rookie dish out passes like he's been doing it his whole life. It's insane. Now here's where it gets wild. Yuki's teammates are checking out his Instagram and their jaws are dropping. This dude's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He's a straight up superstar back in Japan. People are going crazy for him. But in the NBA locker room, he's just another rookie fighting for minutes. And you know what's the craziest part? Yuki loves it. He's not complaining about the grind. He's not whining about his contract. He's out there every day, giving it his all, loving every second of it. It's like he can't believe he's actually in the NBA and he's determined to make the most of it. His attitude is off the charts. Yuki's not just playing in the NBA. He's changing the game. He's showing everyone that it doesn't matter how tall you are or how much money you make. What matters is heart, hustle, and a whole lot of skill. So next time you think someone's too small or too anything to make it big, remember Yuki. He's not just living his NBA dream. He's redefining what's possible in basketball, one assist at a time. And trust me, you don't want to miss what he does next.